right now, can you sell your business? A lot of business owners start their business with an aim at some stage to sell it, whether it is for retirement, whether it is for then creating a next business, whatever your reason is. Most of us start a business because at some stage we are looking to sell it or create a passive income. Now, what we often forget is that the one thing that needs to happen to be able to create that is have great systems in place. My name is Nell. I'm an action coach, business coach, and helping my clients create systems so their business can run without them is one of the key things that I do. Now, what do I mean with that? I often say to my clients, systems run your business, your team run your systems, you lead your team. When stuff starts going wrong, too often business owners will point the finger at their team, will point the finger at the individual without actually stopping for a second and questioning, have we actually got a system in place here? Now, to start off with, there's one thing that I quickly need to clarify. What's the difference between a process and a system? There's technically only 3 key processes in any business. Winning business, so that's where your sales and your marketing sits. Then it's about fulfilling the order, so that's the delivery, the customer services, how you bring your product and service to market. And then the last one is all around invoicing and admin. Really simple. All of those 3 processes could have hundreds of systems. Too often we do stuff in our business that's in our head. We're expecting the other person to understand what's in our head, and then we get upset when that isn't the case. And it's about capturing these ideas in our head and putting them in systems. I've done a video about this before on how to flowchart certain journeys in a business, so go and have a look in the library. But what I wanted to speak about today, and James Clear says this really beautifully, he says you don't rise by the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your systems. So have you got systems for absolutely everything in your business? Now, the first thing that we're going to start with is draw an organizational chart. Very simple, key areas in any business. It starts with the MD, you on the top, that's in charge of the business. And then we look at sales, we look at marketing, we look at operations. It could be finance, and then you might have HR and admin. Key areas. You might have something extra in your business, but most businesses will have these key areas sorted out. Quick exercise for you. I'd like you to put your name against all of these boxes and then fill in how many hours are you currently spending either per day or per week. It's as long as you're consistent doing this. How many hours are you spending per week in each of these areas? That's the first thing. Then the second thing I'd like you to do is draw an organizational chart of what does the business look like in 5 years' time. So what extra roles have you got under sales and marketing? What extra roles have you got in your operations? Now, I'm not necessarily talking about employees. In this current day and age, a lot of this will potentially be outsourced as we go forward, but still, anybody who's not you doing that particular role needs to have a role, responsibilities, and a name against it. So map out, where is my business going to be in the next 5 years? What are the roles in each of these sections? Then I'd like you to look at what is it that they need to do? What kind of roles, responsibilities, what kind of KPIs, key performance indicators, are we going to need within that? When I do this exercise with clients, 2 things often come up. First of all, as a business owner, we are still spending too many hours in areas that we shouldn't be spending time in. So who's maybe the first roles that we need to hire or need to delegate, first of all. Second of all, we're also seeing a lot of business owners saying, oh my goodness, all these hours in these areas, but I work a lot more hours. So where is that time going? So it's highlighting really beautifully what else, not necessarily what else you're not doing, but you're spending your time on some other things or aren't necessarily aware of where you are spending your time. Now, what a lot of my clients are also finding is that, especially right now with the outsourcing, is that they have a lot of people that they outsource certain areas in this business to, but they're not necessarily aware of what we're trying to achieve or what part in the business that they are actually providing. So it might be worthwhile to sit down with your outsource team and give them an overview of, actually, this is what we're looking to achieve, this is where you come in, and this is the next step in that organizational chart. So have you got a system in place? Have you got systems in place? And how ready is your business to sell right now based on the systems and the processes that you have got mapped out or not?